Hola familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So as you guys can see from the title, today I want to do a quick review and my thoughts on these new Game Beauty palettes. Now this is a new brand to me. It's not new to the YouTube world. I have seen these around and I have seen quite a few content creators do looks and talk about these palettes. These were sent to me in PR. They reached out to me asking if I wanted to try them out, and they sent all 4 of the palettes that they currently have on their website. So I wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of these palettes, my thoughts on them, the quick review, and swatches of them, and I will wrap it all up for you guys in the end. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of Japan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us, and now let's get on with this review. Alrighty guys, like I mentioned in the beginning, these were sent to me in PR and I have seen these go around in circulation through the YouTube world. I was actually very excited when they reached out to me to try these out because I really do like the artwork of these. I thought these were very creative. The concept is very creative. I think that the execution of the actual packaging, I think, is amazing. The artwork is just beautiful. I really enjoy it. I'm not somebody who's into video games. I don't even own a console in my house. Like, none of my kids own a console in the house. I know, I'm one of those old school people. My kids don't even have TVs in their rooms. Yes. So I don't know exactly what games these are from and if they are actual realistic games, so I can't even tell you that much. But they do have 4 palettes, and I love the fact that all 4 palettes are different from one another. There isn't one that I would say is very similar to another as far as the ones that they have created at this moment. Now these all retail for $45 a piece. I know that your first order, if you sign up through their email address, you get 10% off. So you do have that, and I don't know, I think I do have a coupon code for you guys down below. I believe I do get a small commission out of it. I'm trying to remember all these stuff because I've been playing around with these for over 2 weeks now, and my brain's a little foggy with everything going on with the holidays, but everything you need to know will be linked down below. I know I did get a code. I'll put it up on the screen, and I don't know if I get commission or not. I think I do. So if you do use my code, I thank you very much. Again, you don't have to. You can go on, search somebody else's. There's plenty of content creators that do have their own codes as well. But if you do use it, I thank you very, very much. You guys are awesome. Whenever you guys do use my links, that means a ton to me. Anyway, I'm here for these palettes. So these palettes, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I did not expect to get as much comments on the looks that I did with these palettes, and I'm very, very happy. So I'm gonna explain to you guys the formula first before I get into the looks, because I will post looks. I've done looks with every single one of these palettes, and then I have mixed palettes together to come up with even more looks to see how they kind of play with each other and how they are. So this is what the palette looks like. This is just one of the palettes. As you can see, all the way around it has artwork, which is beautiful. It has a magnetic clasp. Even when you open them up, the quality of these are just so nice. So they all come with a mirror. I don't want to blind you guys. And all the palettes have 10 shades in them. These are very slim and not super thick. So you can put them, like, they're easy to carry around to work if you're bringing for touch-ups for work, or if you are going to like a friend's house, spending the night somewhere. These are actually really nice to take with you. They don't feel super heavy. They're made out of cardboard, my understanding. So they come with 10 shades, and each of them have 0.9 grams of product in them. These are made in Italy. You can tell that these are higher quality palettes. I can tell you that right now. So this is just one of them. This is the Victory palette, which I know a few of you liked because it was like the more traditional one. This is the Harbinger. I believe this is the newest one to the collection, which I didn't expect to like as much, but I gotta tell you, that's one of my top favorites. Here's the Fantasy palette. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I'm telling you. And these stick out so well in my makeup collection because of the artwork. I can really point them out really well. And Adventure palette, which is obviously one of my favorites because of the color story. My favorite color is green. So how the formula is of these, this is actually very different and was not expecting this. The eyeshadows on these are drier than my normal formula that I have. They're not as creamy and they're not as buttery to the touch or powdery, if that makes any sense. You know, like they're nowhere near Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. They kind of remind me of a bougie feeling Juvia's Place palette. Now, that's why I said hold off until I'm done explaining, because there's a conclusion to my madness. I promise you guys. These, at first when I felt them, I'm like, oh, I might not like these. They're gonna be a little harder to work with, you guys. Holy crap, every look that I came out with, you guys raved about them. These are so nice to work with. I am very surprised because they're not my usual likingness in a palette. Like, I like a creamy, I don't mind the powderiness because I feel like you're getting more pigment to it. These you gotta build up. You got to build them up because they're a little bit drier, but that's a good thing because you're not going to have a hard time blending them out. Every palette that I used, I got such a seamless blend that I got so many compliments on my eye looks every time I wore these. You guys are always asking, what is on your eyes, Alex? What is on your eyes? Especially when I did the look with this palette. I have not had that many compliments and that many questions on what was on my eyes until I wore this palette. And this was just like the one palette that I was like, oh, I'm not gonna really like it because it has a bunch of blues. And you guys, I fell in love. I love that they have a nice ratio between mattes and shimmers. And it's interesting though, because the mattes, I shouldn't say mattes, the shimmers are a little bit different. Some of them are glitter toppers, some of them are actual shimmers, and then some of them are kind of like a hybrid. They're mixed in with other pigment colors. Like this orange one has a lot of white in it to make it a little bit different. And this is like more metallic than this one would be, or this one would be. It's just, you're getting different finishes within each palette, and each palette is different within one another. I didn't find that that every palette had the same look or the same overlapping shades. I really was able to come up with my own things. Like, see how this one is? This is not as metallic and foiled as it seems in the palette. I can actually use these shadows as an outer V or in my crease and get away with it. This is awesome. I love that shade. It's so good. I love that. I love that they're throwing in these kind of like hybrid shadows. They're not duochromes, but they have a dimension to them. They have a different sparkle. It looks purple, but it kind of throws pink in there and purple and a little bit of white. It's just so pretty. Really like it. So you're getting, see how each of them are different? Like this is that hybrid one. This is the palette you guys went bonkers over when I put it on my eyes, and I was shocked because I didn't think that I was gonna like the end result, and I loved it. Such a seamless finish. The mattes are buildable, and you can't, when you put your brush in, you're not gonna get a lot of pigment on your brush. It allows you to build up the color so you can have a soft look. Depending on the brush you use, you're gonna have to build up the shade, but that gives you the option to blend nicely, to have a seamless, there is a formula for everyone, and I do appreciate that. As much as I like my buttery, thick, powdery, pigmented in one swipe kind of brush palettes, these are the total opposite of like Menagerie, of Give Me Glow. Total opposite, but in such a good way. That's why I said they are drier, but don't take that as something terrible. They're really good. And the only palette that I felt, or the only palette that actually came with a pressed glitter, was the Avenger one, which is this one. And I actually did use it on my eyes, and it was actually pretty, you guys. I know glitter is it's a very sensitive topic, but I like glitter. And this just was so pretty topped on with these shades over here. I love this palette. It's just so much fun especially in the summer. Love these greens. Just such a pretty palette. So I like these, you guys. I genuinely like these. These are different from my norm. These are different from everyday kind of palettes that I like to use. these I can grab on the go and be able to come up with a look and not feel like I'm out there. I have my more subdued, kind of like everyday subtle eye looks that I can come up with, or I can go and have fun and go with the blues and greens and add a pop of color. I've mixed these palettes within one another, and the formula is consistent throughout each of the palettes, so you're not getting a dud in any of the palettes. I love that they're not putting a pressed glitter in every single palette. It's just like in one, and it's only one shade, but I feel like that color is so beautiful that I don't mind it at all. I really, really don't mind it. So I'm just going to talk to you guys really quickly about each individual palette and what I like about them, just so you guys can see the difference within each palette. So the Harbinger palette, I hope I'm saying that right. This palette was the one that I thought I wasn't going to like. I was just like, oh, I'm not really into these colors, but whoo, they knew how to choose these colors well. I love this orange, this orangey rust deep color. This is like my favorite color in a lip product, and I love it on the eyes. Love pairing them with the purples here. And even though I am not a fan of grays, I actually appreciate these grays with these burgundies in here, and this blue, it's just so, so pretty. This is a really nice palette for a warm tone person that wants to throw in a little bit of cool into their look. I think this is really, really nice. I dig it. And my favorite shade is definitely this shade right over here. It is stunning on the eyes. Oh my goodness, I love that shade. I will top that shade on any of these eyeshadows. It's just beautiful, beautiful. This surprised me because I really like that one a ton. The Victory palette. If I were to choose one that was my least, I would choose, did I just have that one upside down? I probably held it upside down. This is probably the one I would use the least just because it's more traditional. And even though I still love it, like this green, I love this shade right here. It's so beautiful. I really enjoy these warmer tones, but again, because I have these over and over, this is probably the fourth one that I would like, the least one that I would reach for, just for that reason. But there's nothing wrong with this palette. This one has this sheer topper, just like the purple one in here that had the purple sheer one. That's this one, and this one's beautiful. This one has a little bit of sparkle to it, but this one is more pronounced. It's more sheer. This has more of a base to it. I think that this would be the traditional one, the one that everyone would probably reach for if you want more of like your subdued everyday kind of looks. I think it's gorgeous. And my favorite shade in here would probably be this matte green-ish, almost blue shade. I think this is beautiful. Let's move on to the Adventure palette. You guys already spoke about what I love about this palette. I just love greens. I love greens, holy crap, and that glitter is beautiful. It's not just a green glitter. It has gold, and it has pink, and it has purple, and it has blue in it. Very small, minute in there, but it's beautiful, and it's a finely milled glitter where you're not really going to have chunks on your eyes. It's that really soft glitter look. It's beautiful, beautiful topped on there. And the mattes work so well. I just love it. I love these pops of colors that they incorporated in here. This purple, orange, and it's just beautiful. And you can ground it all with this brown. It's a really nice palette. I use this one the least just because we are in fall and I wanted more of those rustic, you know, burgundies and browns and oranges. So this one I've only used it like maybe twice, but the both times I liked it, I enjoyed it. I did use this. All of these I think I filmed videos with, I believe, and you guys saw them on my eyes. So yeah, I really like this one too. This is the one that surprised me the most. This is the one that surprised me the most because holy crap, you guys. The reason why I don't have any of these palettes on my eyes is because I will be recreating that blue look that so many of you guys loved. I've gotten so many DMs and so many requests. Can you please show us how you got that blue look, because I want to recreate it with what I have or whatever it is. You guys, it's coming. That's why I didn't actually wear any of these on my eyes today, and I'm showing you looks that I've done with them because I am recreating it in a get ready with me, you guys. The only shades I did not use out of this palette are these right here because they're more pastels, and for me they're more like spring-like, so I didn't feel like these were appropriate for right now, at least for what I'm going for. But the rest, I even used this color, you guys. The rest, it's interesting because I am one that doesn't like blues too much, but every time I rock a blue eye look, you guys just go bananas. You guys go crazy every time I wear blue eyeshadow. I don't know what it is, but you guys like them. So I am going to recreate it, and this is why I did not wear any of these on my eyes, because I will be recreating it. This one blew me away. No pun intended, but you guys, it's great. It's really, really good. If you want a unique one, I would go with this one. Overall, you guys, I am so pleased. I'm so pleased. The quality of these are really nice. You're gonna get a drier formula, including in the shimmers. When you touch them, you're gonna feel that they're a little bit drier, which means that you're not gonna have a powdery mess. You're not gonna have a lot of powder kick up. You're not gonna have a lot of fallout on your eyes or on your face, which is a good thing if you are in a rush or you want something quick. I think that's great. The only downside is you have to build it up because it starts to be, it's a little bit sheer, and then you build on top of that, but they work so well and they blend so well. You guys have seen these looks on my eyes, so you can see how blended, how nice they are. I'm really, really happy with these. I'm excited, and the artwork just really, really is so intricate and so detailed and so well thought out and put together. Even on the back of these, like, I look at this, like, this is the adventure palette, but then you flip it over and it's like not a piece of the actual palette has gone to waste of not creating some sort of beautiful artwork, you guys. They really, I understand. You know how like that song goes, it costs so much because I put so many hours. I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but you know that whole song, I can see it in these products. I can see why they cost $45. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. Not only makeup, but it is a beautiful piece of artwork. And I am very honored that they asked me, because I never in a million years, I've been seeing this around and I've been really admiring these, but never in a million years did I think that they would reach out to me. And I'm so happy, and that's because of you guys. Guys, these are awesome. These are amazing. I really like them, and they blew me away, you guys. I really didn't think I was gonna like them when I first started swatching them. I'm like, oh, I don't know. But then when I started to play, they're good. They're really, really nice. If you guys own any of these, let me know what you guys think. Let me know. I will link these down below. Let me know your thoughts on them. I know that it is the holiday season and things. I'm excited to see what else they come out with, you guys, because these four are awesome. I can't even think of what else they would come out with. It's so nice. It's really, really a nice formula. So thank you to Game Beauty for sending these over to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll link these down below in the description box. And stay tuned, because I will be doing a look specifically with this palette since you guys have been asking for it. I promise you guys, a Get Ready With Me will be coming soon with that eye look. So stay tuned for that. More videos on the screen for you to enjoy. Until then, adios.